Ikenna Azomchine joining us from Belgium. Ikenna, good evening. It's good to have you on the platform tonight.
Good evening, Chef Yu.
Right. I understand you've been following very keenly developments in Nigeria's polity, especially in respect to this coalition movement and so on. The fact that your principal, Peter Obi, is one of the key figures, one of the principal actors in this coalition. Let me get your initial reaction to the adoption of ADC as the political platform for the coalition movement in Nigeria.
Chef Yu, good evening, Nigerians. I must tell you that I'm very excited from this part of the world. Finally, a group of people who are well, they have the knowledge about the political games in Nigeria, both north and south. Finally, we are looking at them going the right direction. And I'm sure that the crop of people I saw in that coalition will be able to form a formidable force that will tell the president that you have an election coming in 2027. We are looking at them. And I hope and pray that they will look at the handwriting on the wall and read the minds of the Nigerian people and choose the right person, who is Peter Obi.
Actually, I'm actually coming to that because this is one of the critical concerns that the coalition force, may find it difficult when it comes to aligning, if you like, or aggregating interests, to push that narrative you're pushing of Nigerians. Many believe that the varying interests of these political figures could likely tear this opposition apart, so to speak, because when the push comes to shove, each and every one of them will now, voice out his interests, or would want to show that this is exactly why he is in this coalition and all of that. And in the end, if these interests cannot be aggregated and then harmonized, then the whole opposition movement could crumble. Didn't you also share in these fears?
Well, Chef, I will be afraid at this level if they have not really crossed that bridge. I think looking at everyone that is seated in that coalition, you should know that they've all been victims of this administration. None of them is happy with the way our country is going. So I'm sure that wouldn't be an issue. I pray that their selfish interests will, gear towards one direction of competence, credibility, and who can perform. And I think by looking at left and right, they can all tell each other who the Nigerian people, think can perform. So we are following, we are observing, and we are praying for them.
Right. Okay.
Chef, what Nigeria didn't get right is the force to challenge the powers that be. In 2023, Nigerians voted. They voted massively. But the force to protect that vote wasn't there. So now I'm looking at folks that will be able to have the two balls to say, no, we can't take this. So that's what people like me are hoping that we'll achieve in this solid coalition.
Right. But then, looking at, the reason behind this coming together, quite a number of Nigerians are expressing, pessimism about, whether this coalition would yield the desired result. Looking at the compelling reason behind it, largely about driving Tinubu out of office in 2027, about sending the APC packing and all of that. Beyond that, there hasn't been any tangible thing, to put on the table and show Nigerians that this is the reason why we have to do what we need to do. beyond, personal interest, or beyond, as they call it, beyond the hatred for the president and the party, the ruling party?
Well, I disagree with you. I don't think anybody dislikes or hates the president. What Nigerians are actually clamoring for is good life, sufficient food, good roads, foreign investments, whereas you have Nigerians struggling to feed. I think if they go by the right reasons why Tinubu should be, ousted out of office, Nigerian people will easily follow them. Today, as I speak to you, it's no longer, talking. People are tired. Nigerians don't even know what more to do. They are just looking unto God to say, okay, is anybody going to come and save us here? Like I'm telling you again that if this coalition would not be the normal coalition of selfishness, if they will sit down and say, let's look at ourselves eyeball to eyeball and agree and give power to the man that has all it takes to carry it out and give him support, I think it will be 12 o'clock before, it wouldn't even be 12 before Tinubu will give up.
So it appears, which is natural, you're pushing for your principal, Peter Obi. But going by, some of the comments he made recently, I don't know how much of fears do you have in respect to that? I know you in the Obidient Movement have been championing for his presidential slot, so to speak, and but he is currently subpoenaing. He did mention that he is he could go with a single term offer of 4 years, and again he also said that his ambition is not something that is sacrosanct. It is not that he is desperate to be Nigerian president, which means that he could also concede when the need arises. How does this resonate with you there in the Obidient group?
Shefiu, I think you are a bit, I'm aware he has offered for a one-term solution, but I'm not aware of some other, giveaways he wants to do. You have to be careful here that we have a southern president. I have said this before, and I will repeat. Any coalition that will bring about a northern president will not go well with Nigerians. Like I said before, if the coalition do not give the leadership to the right person, then automatically the coalition has brought about smooth transition of Tinubu's presidency to another 4 years. So we are praying for them that they should please do the right thing and do it quickly so that we'll go to work. We are praying for them. That's all I can tell you.
Okay, before
I've seen them. They are complete. Right. Everything you look out for in Nigeria, those that are the players, they are there. If they go by credibility, by competence, and by the truth of the Nigerian configuration, I don't see anybody there who is qualified to be president than Mr. Peter Obi. And it will be easier for them.
Ikenna, there's before we let you go, this last one, the model, if you like, adopted by by the leaders of this coalition is quite strange to many, and I don't know how that will affect the political calculations in your own camp. For instance, actually all of them did mention that they're not leaving their political parties; they're going to fight within their political parties. I mean, support the ADC, but with while remaining in their legacy parties. Those in the PDP are not ready to leave. They are going to fight from the PDP. And then even your principal, Peter Obi, is also still with the Labour Party. I don't know how this will affect your calculations or your chances, especially now that they are heading towards elections, off-season elections, including the one coming up in Anambra, that happens to be one of your strongholds. So how are you going to navigate this? Without, confusing your support base?
Well, like I said, we are waiting for His Excellency P2B to clarify on some issues. We've heard him say what stance he's taking in the state. But for me, if you say you are in a coalition, the coalition should get stronger. So I don't think we have an issue resolving that. I mean, ADC has an aspirant in Anambra, so has Labour Party. But, for example, but we have enough on our table at the level of the entire coalition first. Let them consolidate. The business of the day, as far as I'm concerned, is P2B's presidency. And the fact that we are sure that he's the only one who can drive the car
it is
to
not
the right
time
place.
for campaign, Azomchine. We were just looking at the current standings in terms of the political schemings and realignments. Okay. I think you've made the point. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. We appreciate you all the way from Belgium.